Chesapeake Curling Club.
Sure, right? Philly 1 and Albany 2.
I'm saying that Bucks County is red on there. Okay, that's good. I'm going to wait till the last team throws their first shot.
Hello, check, check, check. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Potomac Curling Club. My name is Christian. I'm one of the operators here on the web stream. Hopefully you guys are seeing us, and if you are, feel free to just drop in a little chat to say hi. Let us know that you're catching us here live. So, let me type this in here. We are...
Yeah, these guys will let you talk.
You can go either there or over here. This one might have a better view of the sheet if you want to.
Our featured game today on Sheet B is Potomac 8 in red and Plainfield 2 as yellow.
Whatever. I don't need that guy anymore.
I'm joined with fellow club members and people who actually know what they're talking about. Brian?
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, Brian, you know, you got the stuff. And we also have Adam.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up? I got my drink here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just being asked. If we're okay for drinks. Well,
That's the most important thing about the Bonspiel.
It really does help to have something to drink. Yeah.
Stay hydrated here.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Do my job. I am signed
Oh, Adam. Okay, Adam. Sorry, I'm actually signed up too. I'm just gonna put that.
All right.
I think. Hold on. Let me check if I'm signed up. If I'm not signed up, I'm gonna leave.
There's another headset.
Hold on. Let me just make sure I am signed up. I think I am.
There's Tim on sheet B. And
No.
What time are we at? Adam, Christian. Oh, sweet. You guys are signed up. I'm out.
yeah, hey Brian, thanks so much for
Sweet.
joining us.
Here you
All
go,
right.
Adam. You jump in there. I'm gonna give the headphones over to Jeremy then, or Johnny Blaze as he may be known. I could have sworn I signed up for this extra one.
Johnny Blaze.
Sweet. That means I get to just drink and not even worry about it. Awesome.
All right, Brian. Thanks so much for being with us.
I'll be online in a minute.
I apparently signed up for ice but not commentating.
I know I signed up for...
That means I'm just gonna start typing things in the comments of this thing.
It's easy to. It's so easy to forget what we're doing.
there's just so
You know
much
what?
volunteering here at the Dykes here at Potomac, and sometimes just lose track.
Yeah, you know these things. happen.
Greetings.
Hey, how you doing?
I got my stopwatch. I'm gonna do stopwatch.
Okay, so we have Potomac 8.
Well, if they can make fun of the players, maybe you can make fun of them.
It's one of the few that actually are all fully staffed for the webcasting. It's weird.
The webcasting and the ice were the only things when I went to sign up that still needed. So I'm like, all right, so do something. Like usually I would just go hard. It's all I know. There's a lot that I could actually do. So I was like, oh, I guess someone's doing it.
Thank you for that. It takes a village.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do one.
Right now, Potomac went and through,
Just out the back.
just out the back. So Plainfield with hammer. They're trying to set up. I know they've got two guards out in front. They're trying to draw behind.
You know what?
Hit save update. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, everybody. We're just trying to get everything sorted out here. Want to get everything just exactly perfect and up and running.
Well, very nice shot developing over here on sheet B. This looks like it's floating to the
Just a
back
wee
12.
bit heavy to the back 12. So in the previous draw, the ice was about a 13.5 hog to hog. So we'll take some measurements here and get back to you and see what it is for this draw. In other news, the Nationals defeated the Mets in preseason baseball.
It looks like it's just gonna hit
Check
that,
in.
hit that guard. Yep.
Why is there so much background? Is it the PlayStation?
So this is an A event game, just so you know. So they both won their first game.
So what you're seeing on Sheet B right now is an A event game, so they're still in the winner's path.
I think A, B, and C are A.
Looks like we're calling for a top 12 hit or a top 12 draw. Yeah.
Did we introduce the teams?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did introduce teams, yeah.
Good.
Both teams are now committed at this point to trying to draw around the mess of crud on the left side of the sheet in the front.
There, yeah. They got
They get the 5-rock rule going a little early. That looks pretty light. Maybe it's okay. Looks like it will become another guard.
let's see. It looks like we got a bit of a gnarled up shot here on our video, so I'm going to try to switch cameras around. Let's see what's going on.
So just took a hog to hog on that one. We got roughly 14-7-5. So ice is pretty quick. A bit quicker than the previous draw.
So right click this. Reset.
Thanks. Looks like they took out one of the guards.
It's effective clearing there.
Sean Phillips here, the skip for Potomac, coming down to take his first throw of the game.
Do you know how long Sean's been playing, Jeremy?
I actually do not.
I don't either.
No.
Okay.
sweepers not sweeping this.
Looks a little quick. It's not curling very much.
And that looks like it's going to hit on the back 12. Well, just barely.
13.
Okay. That's backline. That's pretty typical for here.
14.
13. That throw was just a 13 from hog to hog, which is pretty typical for backline around, at Potomac.
So what shot do you think they're calling for here? Looks like a draw to the button, perhaps, or?
Well,
So they've got hammer. I'd say like a draw to the top 8.
yeah, I still think you're trying to sink here, but if you're
There's a lot of stuff there to.
yeah, just make sure you're in the house. If it's not going to bury, you want to leave this high.
Yeah. You don't want to give them something to come down and freeze to you.
Kyle Foster, the skip for Plainfield, first shot away.
Well, it's coming around. It's just gonna. Yep, it's gonna make that guard get somewhere in the house. Looks like it's probably
Right.
coming. Okay.
That's a good shot.
Hitting
Top
top
12.
8,
Yeah.
that's
Top,
actually-
top 8 actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're showing red the side you want, so if they hit, they roll away,
Yep.
which leaves you your shot for 2. And you don't give red the chance to hit and roll under cover. So very nice shot for Kyle here. I think if you're Sean here, you might actually try and play the double, because then at worst, if you hit the yellow one, you're at worst giving up 2. But if you get the double, it's a nice bonus.
Yeah, it's the first end here,
Totally.
so no need to be real aggressive and try and draw in case you make that mistake. So it's a little bit of a scoreboard play here to just kind of cut them down maybe.
Yeah, this way at least the most you're giving up is 2.
Yep. You got to sweep hard to get around the guard though, but he's got the top one. Oh.
Oh, the
jam.
unlucky jam.
We have a note from Brian. Hi, Rob, from Brian.
As we all know, Brian can't stay far away from the webcast. So just
Right.
somewhere
But why is he saying hi, Rob? Rob's not on right now.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
there's a Rob Young joining us in the chat room right now.
Got it. Awesome. Oh, I see.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, from Brian, yeah. I should go get my phone so I can actually see the chat stream as well. That would be a little bit more effective.
Apparently there are 23 viewers at the moment.
Hey, that's great, you know.
Not bad.
Late afternoon on a Friday. I guess people are either not working or have stopped for the day. They're really sweeping this one hard.
Yeah, I think they just, Rob Chester, I think they just updated the online scoring for Sheet C. That was a hangover from a previous.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
There were no 8-unders here. I think you would know. If there was an 8-under at first.
Yeah. 8 under. I think somebody might have said something
we
about
might
it.
have talked about
Might
it.
have heard
too.
some bells,
There's
yeah.
a wee bit of a fat fingering going on there. Yeah.
That said, that was a nice draw for 2. They got it right back to the T line.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So that's a draw for 2 for
Plainfield.
Plainfield,
to
Plainfield,
Foster,
too.
The Foster rink.
See, do we have any other score updates at this time? Looks like on sheet D, they just wrapped up their first end. What do we have on sheet D? Okay, thanks. We're going to get you guys some score updates here.
So the lead, Jeff Greck, just slips in for Plainfield here.
Looks like on sheet D it went, if I could see that correctly. No, can't quite see it.
Sheet D, yellow took a single.
Yellow took a single. Okay, we have one for Albany on sheet D. Albany 2 on sheet D takes one.
And on sheet A, Ardsley took 3.
Thank you. Sheet A, Ardsley took 3. Go ahead.
So Plainfield here all has matching shirts on. I can't quite read what they say.
Oh, so those are the Dykes shirts that they printed out for the Bonspiel.
Boy, those are really nice shirts. They have the shirt features a cross section of a curling stone, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the yellow ones?
Yep, the
I
yellow
was
ones.
okay.
Oh, sorry, you mean the black
I was
ones. Okay.
referring to
Sorry,
Plainfield shirts.
I think Potomac
Oh.
is wearing the yellow shirts.
It's their team name. It's Butterscotch Revenge.
Ah.
Butterscotch Revenge. Okay.
We should get the backstory on
Plainfield
that team name.
sitting 2. Very nice draw in.
So that's something new. Is that new? Like the Dykes making shirts for the event? Like,
As someone who was skip of a team called like Sweep to the Slaughter that featured custom shirts that had a bunch of sheep on a giant circular blade shaped like a house with a bunch of sheep parts on there. Yes, it's a thing.
I feel like you need to wear that to league sometime.
Sure, I'll wear it to Wednesday
Yeah.
when you guys are in the same draw.
Okay.
excellent.
Oh, we got
I'll break that. It is not really school appropriate, so when I get changed,
So we got
like
a decent
at-
amount of weight on this shot
Yeah.
here.
Just have to wear a jacket over
And
it.
that's a
yeah.
takeout,
That's a takeout for-
leaving Plainfield with 1. It looks like we're going for a top guard on the 12 there.
In other score updates, it looks like Bucks County got 1 on Potomac in the first
On sheet C.
on sheet C.
Yep.
Dan Tintle, the second for Plainfield here, throwing his first rock. Looks like he might be tapping here as opposed to guarding.
Yeah.
Not the intention.
We have a comment on our chat. Michael, thinking about coming out to the. Okay, I'm coming up for Curling 101 next Friday, and thinking about coming by tomorrow for the check out the curling truck for shoes. Yeah, the Brooms Up will be here tomorrow.
He arrives at 11.
He arrives at 11 tomorrow morning. So yeah, feel free to drop by and say hi to Gary at Brooms Up, and score yourself whatever it is you need.
He's here both days, right? Saturday and
Yeah,
Sunday.
he'll be here.
Yeah.
He'll be here
Yep.
Sunday as well too.
Yep.
So for anyone who couldn't make it out on Saturday. So Red trying to make the yellow double.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a
That's
nice.
a lot of granite.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot of
almost a
rock
triple
gone.
there.
Nicely done. Yeah, if I make, I totally agree with Rob Chester. If you can make one purchase tomorrow with Brooms Up, definitely make the shoes. The shoes make such a huge difference, and best of all, you'll have a chance to try them on. And yes, he will be coming back for the Cherry Blossom as well. So if you get a pair of shoes, maybe it doesn't quite work out for you, you'll be able to change them out in a month.
Also, if you know ahead of time, you can get a hold of him, and then he'll bring them to the event.
Yeah, Gary's a
will.
good guy. He'll
Yeah.
look after you.
Yeah, if you have any
Quality service.
Special
kind
requests.
of special requests or different size requests, definitely let him know because
Yeah.
he'll really, really work with you. to get you what you need.
And
Yellow sweepers here are really pounding this.
I don't think it's going to make
it's
it.
gonna not make it. They're gonna hog that rock and
Not for lack
pull
of
it out of
trying.
play.
And have lots of red faces.
Well, it happens, you know, and we see this happening a lot, particularly on this ice. We've seen rocks. We saw a number of rocks in the last game hogging, and
Really?
yeah, it was kind of remarkable. Either they be throwing them through the house or they be hogging. You know, it's like.
Have to fine-tune their adjustment a little bit more, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's take a look at the shot that's being called. Looks like they're calling a. What would you say that is? Probably a draw shot, maybe, or
Probably,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
top
I mean,
eight, maybe.
you don't
kind
have
of a guard.
anything you don't have anything set up, so and you don't want to draw play to the center. So
No.
I think maybe he's just kind of drawn out to the side, somewhere in front of that yellow, but out counting it. The important thing being to out count the yellow.
so we have a stick delivery from Potomac.
Is that Stewart that just threw?
Yes, that is Stuart Basson.
Yep.
And a very nice draw shot into the mid-fourth from Stewart. Well done.
Yes, Rob Chester. I am a huge fan of Balance Plus shoes.
Yep.
Also, balance plus grippers, which brings me to a good point. If you already have shoes and you've been wearing them and on your gripper for a while and it might be starting to show signs of wear, buy a new gripper.
You can never have too many grippers.
No.
Hashtag new gripper initiative.
Yeah, I wouldn't go and buy the deluxe, especially if you're starting out. I mean,
Yeah, that's a bit overkill for a starter.
yeah, I think you're going to be good entry points a 200 series shoe. Yeah, actually, I'm a new curler myself, and I started off on the 300, I believe. So it's like the next speed up, so to speak. And I really like them. Apparently, there was some research that was done. They found that people starting on a slightly faster shoe adapt a little bit quicker, you might say, to the faster speed, so that when they do jump to when they do jump up to a really fast shoe, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So, Michael, when you come out to talk to Gary about shoes at Brooms Up tomorrow, have some discussions about the thickness of the slider, which is the Teflon piece on the shoe. For those of you who may be listening and are not familiar with like curling shoes, there are two materials that may be found under the shoe of the person sliding, either Teflon, which is more common, or in some cases for high-level players, stainless steel. But the thicknesses vary, and the thicker the Teflon piece, the easier the sliding surface is, you will be able to coast further out of the hack.
You know, it's kind of interesting because I started, so this is my 7th season, and I started with a pair of gold lines and a
Ooh, a nice shot for Yellow to just sneak
Very
by,
nice.
but takes himself out.
Hey, sorry, you were saying?
Oh, no. We have to watch the game as well.
No, there's a
but
game going on. We got to.
we have to remember to always call the game. For myself, when I started with the slower slider, when I went up to the 1/4 inch, I really didn't notice a huge difference. I didn't feel that it was exceptionally fast, and I almost felt like it was slower.
Yeah.
And so it really depends on the person. Like, if you think this is something that you're going to put money into and just enjoy and play for a while, I almost might recommend just starting on a 1/4 inch if you think you're going to be comfortable with that.
And that's the thickness of that is you can usually find, if you find a model of the shoe that fits you, you can usually get any one of the particular thicknesses on each of the models, except the very low level entry shoes.
Usually.
So Michael J. Walter has a question. I've seen 1/8 inch and 1/16 inch on those rookie packages. Is thicker better or thinner? Well, you know,
that's what Catherine was just discussing.
Right, and
Yeah,
so I
and-
almost might not go that thin. That's
yeah.
really, really thin.
I think it's probably best to start on like a middle.
Like
The
3/8
eighth The
I think
8th
it's
is a good
3/8.
like.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, you have the 16th, the
Oh, no,
8th,
it's not.
and then the quarter.
2/8 is a quarter.
Yeah. So the 8th is a good midpoint.
What
Yeah.
was mine?
Yeah, I would definitely start with the middle one. If you were to go crazy, throw a lot of money at it, and then buy the quarter-inch, you're getting about a 10% speed upgrade, and that's something that you're really going to notice if you're just starting out. In fact, at least that's what I've been told. So yeah, on that recommendation, and I'm just speaking to you as a new curler myself. We started out on the middle grade.
I know what it was. I think it was 3/16 was the.
5/16.
But
That's the middle one, I think. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Potomac drew a little
To the
long.
Googles. I feel Google can reveal the answer to that
Google
one.
Google
Well,
can tell us what it is.
4/16 is a quarter. So.
And
Yeah, but yeah, thicker is better. Thicker is faster. You're going to slide farther.
It's more durable too.
It's more
honestly.
durable, and the fact of the matter is that and if you can afford it, and you can go to the quarter-inch, go for it. Just one thing: the thicker, the more slippery it is. So if you're new, you are going to be sliding quite a bit more, and you'll take some getting used to. But once you get the hang of it, man, you're good to go.
I think
meanwhile,
the
over
benefit, though. Sorry. Go
just
ahead.
saying on the game here, Plainfield's trying to draw down to the top 4, really
Oh,
limit
wow.
Potomac's scoring zone, and they just nixed
just
the guard.
rub. So, Red has a huge opportunity here.
Yep.
So Potomac is sitting 2. Looks like they are.
Looks like they're trying to protect. They're trying to get a biter in the top 12.
Yeah. So this is Potomac's first
Skip rock.
skips rock. Well, the thing is, as far as shoes go, I don't think it's necessarily the thickness of the slider that determines the price of the shoe. So I think there are mid-grade shoes with the thicker sliders. And so
Yeah.
definitely talk to Gary because he's really
Absolutely.
good about trying to kind of fit the shoe to the type of performance that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And the quality as well.
And your budget.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
that's not for nothing. It's curling in and of itself is not the most expensive sport out there.
No.
But at the same time, you're going to spend money. You may as well spend it wisely. And
Yeah,
That
you're
and your
talking
shoes,
to somebody who's
shoes
on
will
her.
last many seasons.
exactly right. So
yeah.
it's a good investment.
This is why I started asking for money for curling stuff for, Christmas or birthdays.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
exactly.
is my curling fun or
support,
Bonspiel.
support my curling habit, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's when curling really gets expensive. Right now, you travel to Bonspiels and things like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're already planning next season. So our calendar is going to start filling
Setting up
here.
your budget and trying to figure
Yeah.
out, well, if we move some money from here. And, yeah.
Not so much that. Like, we'll find the money. We just have to work in the spiels into the schedule.
And the time. Well, time and money, yeah.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Potomac drew a little past that nibbling point they were looking for in the top 12. They are sitting 3, but they're left in a precarious position as Plainfield's trying to either draw down to limit them to 1 or maybe try to blow some stuff up. Looks like they're going back for that freeze. Take a little more ice than their previous shot.
I'd be curious who asked that question. I didn't even know they made shoes actually with a 1/16 slider.
Yeah, it's like super thin, but it's like literally the entry-level shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are cheaper.
Yeah, I think my Ultima Sports was like a 3/32 or something.
Yeah,
it
Jeremy was
really
just
close.
looking online, and there's a 5/32. So I
Yeah.
think that's probably what I had.
Those
with
are
the
those
gold
in-between
line,
ones,
silvers.
Yeah. And I went from that to the 500 to the quarter-inch. And you're right, like the
Yeah.
speed difference wasn't that much, but the 500s are
It's
fantastic.
kind of funny because everybody kept saying it's faster, and I slid out the first time. I'm like, this is not fast.
Meanwhile, this does have a little extra juice on it, and
But
nice
that is
double
a
take.
really
beautiful
good
shot.
shot.
Really nice. Wow.
Yellow looking to steal. I think that's very good placement because you try and hit that now as red. I think it jams. So
Well, yeah, but Red can still pop it out with a
down weight.
Down
I think
weight.
at down weight
Yeah.
you can still get your 2.
at down weight. You still get the deuce because you're sitting second shot right now. So you just got to curl around that top, the one in the top 12, and
Yeah, just throw hack weight. You don't even need to throw, like maybe even back line.
Our rocks are reactive enough.
Back line to hack is
You just
good.
need to move it about 3 feet.
And the thing is, even if it jams, it looks like on the yellow that's on the left side of the house in the back there.
However, this is the broom for much more weight than that.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at that broom again. Put that on camera for you so you can see what they're setting it for. And then we'll
Let's go to normal weight.
switch back over here. We'll give you a shot of the
Yeah, for those of you watching, not familiar, like the more weight that the thrower is going to throw, typically the closer the broom will be to the rock because it won't curl as much.
And they are pounding it almost immediately.
Yep.
It looks like
Will it get by?
I
like
think
it's
it will.
cutting.
Yeah. Close. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Almost.
Potomac hits their own guard, does not get by, briefly knocking that guard out of play, and that is the end of the first end.
Yellow steals one.
End of the second end.
End of the second end. Yeah, you're right. Yellow steals one, so it's one for Potomac.
But Butterscotch got their revenge there, Yellow.
They did.
Let's take a look at some other score updates if we have any.
The scores have not yet been posted in other games,
we
so
have
we're
those.
still waiting on those.
Yeah, we should have one coming shortly from C because they are on the third end already.
A as well.
And over on sheet D, they're playing the inside out end apparently and trying to be away from the house. There's almost 8 stones.
This
in
is
the
a new snazzy scoreboard thing. We've got like the new software, like
This
very
is nice.
snazzy.
Yeah. And we're commenting on the web streaming software.
Our technology.
And,
It's been upgraded for this season.
It has been, and we've got a little bit of a custom scripting here to support that. Okay, so that one did not make it quite into the end. That's a nice guard.
Over on sheet D, Philly drew in around the ring of rocks to score 1. So they're tied with Albany at the moment over on sheet D.
Thanks, Adam, for that update. That's fantastic.
And
I think the only thing we're lacking right now in terms of technology is arrow drawing.
I need some Russ Howard arrow action.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
For those of you who watch like perhaps Canadian curling, you know, the Scotties or the Briar starts this weekend, by the way. First game's tonight at 8:30.
Yep.
Russ Howard, Canadian gold medal Olympian, he has a penchant for drawing lots of cartoon arrows on the ice, dictating which way the shot's supposed to go.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a telestrator. Oh, gosh, who knows. Actually, I would love to see some cameras down our catwalk that can pan and just, have a little
Oh, yeah, we
joystick.
need that on ice,
get a crane camera going as
We
well.
need a jib,
Yeah.
we need a crane camera. Come on, guys, let's pump up the production value.
We'll get
shall
Dobbs
we?
on it. I'm sure he'll be great.
Okay.
Over on sheet C, Potomac took 2 with their hammer, so they're up 2-1 on Bucks County.
Curiously, yellow playing.
The come around.
There we go. Switching the camera view. Red peeling, rightly so, with the hammer.
That's not our house.
You guys are watching the wrong
Sorry,
monitor.
that's the wrong game there.
You can also look out the window. There's like an ice sheet right in front of you guys if you want to take a look there. I mean, however you want to roll.
There we go. Thanks, Jeremy.
Looks like that's going to probably sit in the back 8. Yeah.
Rob Chester, who's the John Madden?
John.
Are you referring to the Russ Howard action? Like what's going on? They're going to zig this way and then zag that way and go right in the middle for the extra point.
I think it's too early to go with Vic's favorite. Do you think they're trying too hard?
Coming in with a lot of weight. That is probably going to take out. Yep, there you go for a nice takeout shot. And are they going to sit?
Oh,
they
will, yeah.
They are.
It's the little curly Q action in the back.
It's blocked by the scoreboard on your screen there, but it is just hanging on the back. Here's another shot. You can see we're just biting into that 11 o'clock on the back 12. .60% of the game is half mental. Yeah.
Is that kind of like G.I. Joe, where knowing
60% of the game
knowing
is
is
half mental?
knowing is half the battle?
Knowing is half the battle. Knowing how to play is a really good advantage in this game, I must say.
I feel like knowing is a
I
lot
feel
more
though,
than half the battle.
But I feel that G.I. Joe never did tell me what the other half of the battle was.
Just
And
don't
we
get
have a
into
nice
battle.
double takeout of both of the Yellowstones.
Is it going to get there?
Is he going to get it out?
No.
It is pretty distorted on this view. It does look like it's just biting, perhaps.
Furious skip sweeping does not get it out. But everyone knows that skips can't sweep, which is why they stand in the back and
Ow.
don't sweep.
And just yell at
Burn.
people.
Oh, that's a burn.
Yellow sweeping furiously.
Potomac digging in, trying to.
It's definitely on the guard, bounced off a little bit. Again, Potomac with hammer can try and make something happen here, but they're. Let's see.
Clearing the guard, that's a good call.
I do with your seconds.
Good, man.
Yeah. You got to keep the scoring area.
This is the first. This is the first Vice Rock. This is still a good shot here to keep the center open.
It's the second shot.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yep. Not to the Vice, not just yet.
Oh, I got confused because the Potomac 8 roster lists an extra person.
So I'm just switching the camera angles, trying to follow it down the ice. Fantastic, man. Yeah, it's cool. You want to jump in and say hi?
I got that.
Hey, can we I just want to introduce a buddy of mine.
Sure.
Hey,
I have a temporary guest announcer coming in.
We just have a guest. Just want to say hi from one of the folks up here, and put the damn cans on your head, Rob. For crying out loud. Hey, you're on my show now, pal. They get on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a big shout out to my main man, Rob Steger from the Plainfield Curling Club. How you doing, Rob? And welcome to Potomac, man.
I'm doing all right. How are you, Chris?
Doing just great. Yeah. So, Rob, we've known each other for a little while, right? I think
A little while, yeah.
Since
It's been a long afternoon.
yeah, all the way since middle school, I'd say. Yeah. So anyway, how are you enjoying the Bonspiel?
This is a fantastic time.
Cool, man. Cool.
I'm having a great time.
And let's see. Is your team playing here? Yeah, you got Plainfield too. So what team are you
No,
on?
I'm Plainfield 3.
You're Plainfield 3.
We're
okay.
pork and roll.
Pork and roll. Love it. Awesome.
And what's your record so far?
1-1. We won our first and lost the second.
Okay. When do you play again?
145
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah, against
Wow,
Utica.
Okay.
So that's cool. So you're just hanging out here in the warm room, just enjoying the afternoon with us.
Absolutely.
I think it's just got to be one of the coolest things about curling. It's like this just instant community of like-minded folks. Just want to get together, just hang out, drink beer, watch other people curl.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool because you could be doing anything else. You could be off visiting D.C. or enjoying life, but no, you're here enjoying life. That's
I'm here
fantastic.
enjoying life.
That's fantastic.
Seeing some of my fellow Plainfielders play right now on Sheet B.
We have some feedback on the chats for you there, Rob. Pork and roll, squeal, can't wait. People are digging the pork and roll.
Oh, that's nice.
And also love the Balance Plus Deluxe shoes. They last forever. See, Rob, see what you've brought to this. See what you brought to this webcast. This is fantastic.
Who's talking about my shoes?
Nobody's talking about your shoes. There's
We
a
were
side.
talking about shoes earlier.
Oh, okay.
We had a very detailed conversation about shoes and sliders. and grippers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The squeal is the infamous end of season Bonspiel at Plainfield. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We roast a pig. There's a fish fry.
Oh God.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, that
It might not be your thing, Chris, but
roast me out. Hey Rob, well thanks so much for coming by. We'll let we'll let Johnny jump back
all right.
in here.
Here you go, Johnny.
Thanks, Rob. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Thank you. Anytime, man. See you.
That was painless.
That was painless. We'll have you back on the show later.
After a few more beers, the
Yeah.
show gets better.
Yeah, it does.
Plainfield with a nice guard over here. Potomac's going to really have a difficult time trying to utilize the hammer very well in this end unless they start clearing out something.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a pile up going on there. It's
Yeah, I think you gotta. I think I'd actually try and double peel my reds
You think?
here
or
to
do-
open that up.
I mean, you could try the double on the yellows and see if that goes anywhere, but
But I think the biggest bang for your buck is trying to double peel your own reds. They're just hurting you.
yeah, the top yellow's not on.
It looks like the call is actually the double peel of the yellows.
It does look like they're set up for the hit on the yellow.
Dion War, yeah, we use sheet B as our featured sheet. That way, in theory, we can see most of the teams rotating through. But of course, if this game runs away with, if one of the clubs runs away with this particular sheet, or if this game needs to end early, then we'll certainly switch back to another sheet.
A lot of weight. Looks chunked outside, though.
Yeah, it's coming in heavy.
Having watched a few from this sheet, like I have a slightly more to the left view than you guys.
Oh, that goes right through.
There is a sort of, and I've watched in the previous game, there is a little bit of a run on that spot where they're trying to throw there, so it does drift out just a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, is that why they were burning right on the rock?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I was
so
wondering.
if you're at all wide there, I think you'll get punished.
Huh, okay.
It's been that way on B for a few weeks, I've noticed.
Have you been punished on B?
Yeah. Chunk out.
Yeah, you're right, Dion. We got a lot of Potomac teams represented here. I think we could kind of switch to. Yeah, we got Potomac on two sheets right now, don't we? Look at this. Hey, it's our club, man. What do you want?
It's funny. Gabe just said, yeah, there's runs on both sides of the sheet. Out turn side going both ways. Agreed.
This looks to be just the slight tap on the yellow here in sweepers right off. Don't know that they should have come off there. But they're already sitting one, and now there's a pretty formidable wall in front of the house.
Wow, yeah. Sure looks like a fence, doesn't it?
Now I don't even think the play on the top two reds are even there. If you try and clear those out, you're just going to be jamming on something over there.
So what would be their best shot here, do you think? What do you think is their best option? Looks like they're talking about maybe trying to take that one out.
So this is first skipstone.
You could try the double yellow here, because even if you nose on that, you leave yourself a really nice promotable rock for your last shot.
What about the nose run on the red that's closer to the center line? It looks like it's open.
It's hard to see from here.
I think Dion, with the hopefully with the bump in the interest in curling after Team Schuster winning the Olympic gold, I really do think and hope you're going to have that problem as well. I think you're just going to hopefully start bursting at the seams at your club. That would just be so wonderful.
I actually learned an interesting fact about the GNCC today. There are now 50 member clubs in the GNCC. It is by far the largest region in the USCA.
Wow.
Yeah, we were talking with Joe about it. I think he said recently he's voted on allowing 3 additional clubs in.
Yeah, bring them on, man.
It's great, but I think the GNCC needs to split, needs to divide a little bit.
Reach critical mass.
Well, it's not just that. It makes it real hard to do anything competitive because some of the other regions are so
just
smaller.
misses the rub on the yellow for the double and ends up taking out his back rock. Ow, ow, ow.
That's some bad luck right there because they're sitting 5.
In the bright news for Potomac Red here, you left yourself a very promotable stone.
Yep.
Looks like Plainfield is actively trying to take that away.
They are doing their best scheming to see what is the best way to take that option away.
I think they're just going to draw in front of it.
Either draw in front or even tap that yellow or try and draw and use that tap as a backup.
If I were super greedy and I were the yellow skip, I would try to hit down weight and roll off my yellow that's sitting in the top 12 and roll under behind their red one. If I were super greedy.
Yeah, there's enough space for that, that's for sure. If you did that, potentially you leave them.
I would just want to roll right in front of the path of the red, so you're sitting behind where their red promote is.
This end is fascinating, especially a 5 and under event as the Dykes is that you realize how quickly ends can get away from you, especially with Hammer. You always feel like there's like another opportunity. Okay, I'm going to miss this one. All right, I got another chance. And those chances dwindle really quickly.
So, yeah. Plainfield skipped there, falling victim to the run on the outside, that little bit of that run that falls out that we were speaking to earlier.
Yeah. Right.
He got a little outside on his down weight, hit and roll, or maybe his draw, and it hung out there. And so Red still has the shot for the promote.
Well, here we go. Here's the Hammer here in the third end. Not moving at all. They're trying to urge it to come in a little bit.
Looks a little heavy.
Just needs to curl.
Oh, and they're
This
gonna
could
get
be
it
okay.
in.
Oh!
Nice steal. Potential.
With the catcher there, that was all the marbles, because had he not made that shot, you are in a big hole.
Yeah,
and
I think that was Hammer. So
steal
that was Hammer. Yes.
no steal.
That's just a take.
Just
It was a force.
Exactly.
It's a give and it's a give and take.
It was a force of 1.
Clutch force there.
Mm-hmm.
Score. 1 for Potomac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. And in other score updates, it looks like Ardsley is having their way with Philly, Bucks County.
Ooh.
It is 10-0.
That is a barn burner.
Oh,
over on
is it?
sheet A.
Wow.
And on sheet C, Potomac 1, 2, 3, got 3 in the third, and they are up 4-2 over on sheet C.
4-2 Potomac to Bucks, right?
That is correct.
Yep.
Nope, I'm sorry. Other way around.
Oh.
My bad.
4-2 Bucks.
It's 4-2 Bucks, yes.
All right, we'll update the scores here.
Got
And,
my own.
Ooh, I think there was a pick here on the lead.
That has to have picked. It's going off
It's
the
going
sheet.
off the sheet.
No, I'm sorry, folks. I was updating the scores and didn't get a chance to show that to you live. But,
Well, there was a pick.
that definitely did not go where that. How about sheet D? Any update on sheet D? No? Okay.
Well, that was Hammer on sheet D that they are
Throwing now.
just throwing now.
What were they trying to do on D? Draw?
And it looks that way,
Looks
and
like
it
it was
looks like
heavy.
they were successful, I think.
Yellow looks a little light here, which in fact is
Ew.
going to aid Red in their quest to get a guard.
To steal?
Props to the Plainfield skip though for going with the sweater.
Yeah. Pretty
Very
dapper look for the
very
skip.
very curling traditional.
Yep.
So was the shot here for Potomac to go in or to throw the other guard tucked under?
I did not see where he put his broom and pointed, so I don't actually know. I don't know if that's what he called or.
Not a bad.
It's not a bad
Anyways,
shot.
not a bad outcome.
Yeah, the
No.
result's good.
Still, it's nice and high in the house and directly behind the yellow guard. So.
Ooh, something.
Yellow looks a
something
bit
here.
narrow, or they
Indeed.
had a very early pick.
I do think yellow was actually trying for some old lady curling action this end.
They were. No offense to any old ladies. Old ladies are very crafty and excellent curlers, most of them, and they beat our teams quite a lot.
It's a
just
very
a
particular strategy,
type
though.
of style, and basically you're just always going in. If anybody throws up a guard, then you're just going behind it, and if somebody throws in, then you freeze to them, and so it's a very messy style of game, actually. But hard to defend against if you are not good at playing it.
And it's very good in the Dykes to try and draw in early. That is a typical Dyke strategy to try and.
Is it?
Oh yeah. That's what I tried to do.
Okay.
Is to play a messy game, chunk up the front a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I
Try and
think
draw a
also,
lot.
yeah, I think at the early level, I think if you get in early, it kind of tempts, maybe unnecessarily, it tempts the other team to try and come after your rock when maybe they shouldn't, just because of the experience level.
Albany, meanwhile, scored 3 in the third. They just posted that score, so they are up 4-2.
Plainfield trying the double peel there, just
missed that.
slightly outside.
Yes, Albany is 4-2
On sheet D.
over on sheet D.
There's a score update. All right, we got a score update there. Any chance of adding the end? The feature sheet is on for those of us who come in the middle. I'm not sure.
Yeah, oh, we are currently in the fourth end.
Yeah.
This is over curling here a little bit, but I think they're going to get some wick action.
That's actually a pretty decent shot.
Some good separation, still got one, mostly undercover.
They're high in the house.
It's also an interesting point they brought up in the chat about not setting up corner guards at all, especially at a 5 and under level. How
Yeah,
often-
I think that's a good point, Dion. I mean, at this level, just the way it works out, I think you're going to see a lot of the teams put their lesser experienced players in the front end.
Yeah.
Which means the hitting probability, odds are, goes down. So
Sure.
going in with those rocks is probably a good strategy.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can always try it. You know, do that a couple of times in the early end, see how they respond to it and how they execute on that, and then go from there. So if they've got a lead or a second that can really hit, then maybe you don't employ that strategy. But it's always good to find out. So what do you do here, Jeremy, if you're Potomac? Do you come around or do you tap, maybe? I'm not sure actually what he's calling.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was here either.
They discussed it for a while. I don't, unless they are.
The broom is confusing to
Yes,
me.
At least
the broom is behind that guard.
the way the handle he's signaling is for the intern for his thrower, but
So you gave him more ice.
They might be trying to draw against the top 12, that top 8 point.
There is a port there, and it's but it's kind of challenging on this side of the sheet.
But do you think he's trying to curl across the center line over into the left side of the house here? Because there's no way we were going to get through that port with the broom that he had.
It's a curious call. Even if the call was to be high in a top 12,
yeah.
I don't understand why you wouldn't call the other handle, because then if you're heavy, you can draw in behind.
Sure. Because
That being said, what he did do is he just outcounted, so now he's sitting 1 and 2 at least.
yeah, it's tough to see on the TV. They might be sitting 3, but that also might be a measure. Which would be kind of cool. I don't know if we've had a measure yet in the Spiel.
I haven't seen one. Have you guys seen one in any of the previous draws?
Can be curling measuring device guy.
Hasn't? Yeah, best job
Best
in the
job
Olympics,
at the
right?
Olympics.
Yeah.
other people read the
Isn't that cool?
article.
Isn't that awesome?
Can we get a link to that somehow in the chat?
Real men
Oh
of genius.
man, just to get that, yeah, real men of genius,
Real
curling,
man of genius.
curling device
I
guy.
don't know, Jeremy. I think you might have sent it to me in a
Busting out
text,
there.
so you potentially could copy it and then toss it into the chat.
So Plainfield attempted to come around that top red in the top 12 circle, and it wasn't quite successful. And now it's another interesting challenge. So
Potomac giving some thought to what they're going to be doing with this.
I would put it top 12 on the left side as I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Try and block a draw path for
That's not bad.
Plainfield.
Like, why not? Well, also, furthermore, you're sitting, at least 1 and 2. Why not just try? You're trying to steal here. Why not just draw in?
I think I'd draw in.
And if you're light, then you block the path exactly the way you said, Adam.
Yeah.
If you're heavy, that's not so good. You want to be heavy and give them backing. But I think this is broom for a draw.
Really don't like this call. You give Plainfield a hit and roll if they prefer that over the draw in.
I will say there's a lot of discussion there amongst the teams.
Everything going good?
Yeah, we could hear you. Thanks, Michael.
And they should at some point keep an eye on the clock just to make sure that they're going to get all 8 ends here. These are
So they're a
timed.
little bit light here. However, so they're sitting 4 now.
Wow,
but
just
it did
arranged.
open the front.
Yeah, just arranged in a row. It's
So there's definitely a hit and roll potentially coming. So he should probably come from the inside on this one. You get a bit of a deeper roll on it.
I'm being thwarted. YouTube chat does not allow me to post in web links into the chat.
of course
But
not.
I was trying to post in the article we were referring to about the best jobs at the Olympic with being the curling measuring device guy. It's
Oh,
Okay, it's a
interesting.
very nice double takeout.
Okay.
for
Potomac
those of
is-
you who are curious about this article, it was on Slate,
Oh yeah.
slate.com. So you can search for that in the Google machine, and you will find this article.
It's worth reading. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it was quite amusing.
It was yeah.
Also, I think they had a follow-on article about how to know if the teams are jerks at the Olympics, and that featured the guys from Norway. So Thomas Olsrud and the boys,
Yeah?
just because of the loud pants. And so
Oh,
the
man.
thing was like.
I just heard some hollering in the warm
Sheet
room.
C.
They were reacting to a shot by Gian over on sheet C
It was a
for
great
Potomac.
shot.
Critical draw.
Well, he wound up kind of chipping off, sort of in-offed on one of his own.
Yeah.
And
It was a good try. I don't think he got it.
So sheet
he
B,
got one.
Red still trying to steal here. It looks like the draw under cover. I think this may be a bit much ice for the shot they are attempting.
Wow, that's a lot of ice. You're correct. I think I'd put my broom on the edge of the 8. What do you think? Unless he really wants it far out, but I wouldn't.
I don't know how that helps you.
No, it really doesn't.
Come on here, guys. Sweep hard.
It's got to go.
Oh, it reversed at the end.
It did.
Huh.
Real light handle, maybe?
So yellow is going to have a simple draw to the 8-foot or better. But well executed for red in making the force.
Yep.
Or
So,
wait a second, is this only his
this is only
first
a
shot?
first skip stones.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't
So
see.
what's the call here?
Looks draw around.
Yeah.
I think you-
Top
I mean-
4 maybe behind the red.
So now that we've reoriented ourselves,
Or looking at the right game. Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'd go.
attempting the skip's deuce with the draw around.
You want to be undercover somewhere, otherwise, Potomac's just going to hit. Although this is interesting, it's really hanging out. And
Well,
it
this is
looks
the-
like it's actually on the red guard.
This is the other run on this sheet. So
Yeah.
coming towards the glass, it hangs on that turn. There's a kind of a run there, and then going away from the glass, it's the same run going the
Right.
other way.
Right, on the out turn side.
Yep.
All right, so now they're deciding what to do with the second skip stones here for Potomac. Looks like they might just guard up in the middle, as they are currently sitting 2.
It's a decent call.
I'm trying to steal.
Well, they're already
They're
sitting
already
2
sitting
is the
2.
thing, so you just
I'm
gotta,
greedy.
But you don't want to be so greedy that you allow the other team to have an easier shot for 1.
That's why if I'm not burying, I'm putting myself in the back and through.
Yeah, but you could just throw top 12 here and then prevent them maybe from getting in at all and taking 2. Like stealing 2.
Yeah, he's only gonna get 1.
Hey, our web stream is up on the TV. Great.
The best yellow can do is get 1 here, so I'm going to be greedy and I'm going to try and steal my way back into the game more. However, it looks like he is wide and heavy.
Oh, no.
May settle on that guard. Flop over.
That actually is not a terrible shot. It kind of flopped over towards the center.
I think in the end he got the guard of the path he wanted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it'd be pretty difficult to get in there.
So now Plainfield looking at all sorts of ways to, I guess, chip out some of those reds.
Oh, I almost like,
This is the hammer.
yeah.
By the way, the smell of the meats cooking in the kitchen
think
is
that's
kind
bacon.
of growing. A bit meats, in the kitchen.
Why are they cooking bacon?
Why not?
I don't know. Well,
It is the Dykes. I mean, bacon.
This is true. I think steak is for dinner tonight, though, so that's what I heard.
So you
anyway.
get quality, enter a Bonspiel at Potomac, you get quality food.
You do get quality
steak.
food. The taco bar this morning or this afternoon for lunch was quite awesome, actually. Pork and chicken and veggie tortilla soup. I'm not loving this call. I think I would have gone for the in-off on the red on the left-hand side. I think it's over curling, so
What
Potomac
steals?
steals 2.
Steal of 2.
Yeah.
And then as they clean those off, an update over on sheet C, where Potomac got one in the fourth end. So now they are trailing 4-3 after 4. I think Albany stole one on sheet D. Wait, you can. Looks like they got one yellow over there on Albany for their fourth end.
All right, so it's 5-2 Albany over Philly on sheet D. Sheet C, Bucks County leading one at 4-3.
Sheet A continues to be all Ardsley.
And we have a Hog Rock on sheet B.
Sweepers stretching that one out.
Yep.
Didn't quite curl as much as they wanted for the corner guard.
Comes just an off-center guard.
I need to go to the bathroom. Do you want to drive?
Sure.
Interesting here. Red calling in tie score. Sweeper seems think this is a little light. It looks pretty good. Over curling a bit. Oh, not bad. Just half in.
Just got your little bite.
So here again we get the old lady curling, where yellow, being with the hammer, continues to try to draw in around the center guards. The idea being, for those unfamiliar, if you have the hammer, you kind of want to keep play away from the center of the sheet so that when your skip comes down to throw the last shots, you have nice easy shots to add in more points at the end, or alternatively to hit out the opponent's stones, which are not hidden behind anything, for more points. The antithesis being old lady curling, where everyone throws everything in behind the guard and you end up with a big jumble of stuff right in the middle of the sheet on the button.
I'm a big jumble guy. I like it. Call me an old lady. It's good. But I think it again speaks to the level of play. Is basically you're daring the other team to try and to hit our rocks, or because once you get a miss, start setting yourself set up.
That is a good point at this level, Adam. Like, you get in there, you are challenging the other team to hit you, and again, as we discussed earlier, like a lot of the front end curlers on these teams, they're not super confident in their hits.
Plus, as soon as you draw into the house, the skips tend to be very reactive, as in, okay, now you drew to the side. Like, that's what I loved with Hammer, drawing to the side of the house with my first shot, because I knew the other guy was going to go for it some way or the other.
You kind of bait him?
Yeah, and if he misses, now you can try and split it, and you just basically build off of that. Why not?
So case in point here, yellow makes the hit, but they roll out. Optimally, you would hit there and kind of roll out to the 12-foot.
Yep. And now we'll try drawing in, at least for Potomac.
Thanks, John.
No.
Did you, John Hale? Did you enjoy your day off from work? Given the for those of not in the Potomac, DC area, the federal government, which employs many of the members of the Potomac Club, of which John is a part, got a free day off because of high winds. I don't understand how that works, by the way.
I was, as someone who teaches at a public school, I was mildly surprised that, in fact, we also had a day off today.
Good for you. Awesome for you.
I mean, all of it. But
apparently somebody else enjoyed their free day off. Swiss Mindy.
It was glorious.
You get some awesome Dykes curling action to watch in lieu of going to work.
Yep. Well, the initial plan was to be here for this afternoon draw anyway, so I got to take care of some stuff at home. It's great.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, in this game,
Work for the place that makes rules but doesn't follow them. So I think maybe we have a White House staffer on here. Anyway, I don't know.
No, that's Rob. He works in the Senate.
He works in the Senate. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
So that definitely is appropriate.
Yeah, really.
And this end is shaping up to be basically whoever can get to the 4-foot first will try and score some points.
That is a good assessment. Like it's the story of the little engine that tried, maybe rather than could.
There isn't too much going on. You do have the Yellowstone in the top 12 right now, so they're looking to again draw back in there.
Yeah, I mean yellow. If they execute on this draw here, they are sitting. They're set up to take at least the deuce.
Yeah. And I'm excited about some cinnamon rolls for tomorrow, according to Swiss Min DC. I'll be back here for the 8 a.m. draw. As someone who has helped coordinate spiels, that is a very difficult time to get help, is the Saturday morning at 8 in the morning. So.
Now, why is that? I mean, how come people just don't want to be here at 8 a.m.,
No one
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
No one wants to play at 8 o'clock
after
in the morning.
being up all night, right? Can't imagine why that would not be a popular time.
When you look at the draws in a Bonspiel and you are trying to actively avoid playing at 8 in the morning on Saturday, that is the draw you do not want to be part of.
So you'll lose a game. You'll throw a game if it means not having to play. Right?
There's certainly a perspective of, well, worst case scenario, we won't.
I do think the moral of the story, kind of like the Navy SEALs, is it pays to be a winner.
There you go.
Are we talking about draw schedules?
Yeah. Optimal draw schedules.
This is true.
Come on, man. Get with it.
What's the latest game tonight? 10?
I think there's a 10. I think I believe the last draw is somewhere revolving around boat races.
We have our official stat checker, like historian, like getting us that information about when the last draw is.
To the Googles. Well, I'm actually also going to go to the Googles and
The Google machine, as Richard Chin would call it.
the Google machine, yes.
And very, very nice hit and roll here for Potomac.
Final draw this evening is 10:30, for those who were curious.
That's actually really late.
It is, yeah.
The comment being that that's kind of late. But again, the moral of the story is it pays to be a winner. Then you don't get in that draw.
Plainfield, meanwhile, looking to draw now behind after a very lovely hit and roll from Potomac.
Now I can see the chat.
They're working that stone hard as it goes down the ice. And they're trying to directional sweep it, so they're trying to give it a little more curl as it gets there. It gets ever so closer. And will sit, looks really close for shot right there. So well played draw for Plainfield. I'd say it's shot.
So I did confirm with the kitchen. So the bacon is not actually for this evening, although if people really want some, I mean,
so
like
you
how
heard
can
it.
you cook bacon?
You
and
heard it
not-
here first. If you want bacon and you happen to be around the curling club tonight,
Oh, thank you.
just go to the kitchen and
actually-
ask for bacon.
Actually for tomorrow.
Just keep it on the down low. You heard it on the web stream.
You did, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Rob. I think there are loud games tomorrow in the morning, which is not ideal, but when you start on a Thursday.
And
like
you have this many teams.
You got a lot of teams. You got to get them done.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got a 3-game guarantee, right? Yeah.
Skip Stone on Potomac.
His first, yeah. I think you're trying to hit and roll under here, and then you're sitting two and making it tough for yellow if you execute.
This is looking, it's a good game. They're going to have to sweep really hard, though. That's really diving.
Will it get
It's gonna be in
by?
the guard.
Ah.
John, Jeremy does know a lot about curling, but you know a lot about curling, too.
Yeah, you were our fearless skip for Thursday League. It was awesome.
Thanks for listening in and watching.
Yeah, we'd like to thank all of our viewers.
And
I
commenting. Like, the
Yeah.
chat is really active. I'm
Yeah, no,
impressed.
it's a cool
fun.
chat, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
we're
now
go-
that I've got my phone, I can actually watch the
Oh,
chat,
yeah? Oh,
too,
cool.
so,
Good for you.
yeah. Instead of stealing Jeremy's phone.
Woohoo, we have 43 viewers.
Hey, not
Excellent.
bad. Not bad. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Go
We're-
us.
oh, go curling,
I
you
think
know.
that's pretty good in the, in the early afternoon on Friday.
Probably like that big for 6 broadcasting tower. And then
Coming right back.
coming right back in. And there's like other people that have like on their phones.
Using up all of the bandwidth. Way to go.
There's a background discussion going on here about using up all of the bandwidth to watch our own live stream that
Well-
we're streaming here.
We have to check for quality.
It's quality
It's
control.
right, exactly. Because there are times when you're on the chat and you're typing and like, no one's listening.
We take pride in our work.
We need score updates.
Plainfield, meanwhile, drawing as a guard right in front of that, right in front of their shot stone. So Potomac will have its second skip rock coming in.
Yeah, mine. I haven't.
And
Well, looks like they're having some conversation and figuring out how they want to
Can you see a lot of the yellow one that's sitting shot right now?
I don't think so. It's
Really?
directly behind another yellow.
Sheet
You might be
C,
able to see a little bit of it.
the rise in the people howling in the room. Basically, Sheet C just flashed a potential takeout. But
Ooh, I think on B here, Potomac is looking to line up the double.
yeah,
Now they're talking about something on the left side of the sheet.
I think here's another thing that I think a lot of curlers, even at the more experienced level, like don't think about. End management and scoreboard, you're tied here. I might consider not trying the double and just trying to hold my opponent, give him one.
oh yeah, yeah,
Well, at this point.
It's better than giving up a big end.
yeah.
Because
At
I
this
think
point in
And
the
then
game.
at least you get the hammer and
because if you hit
'Cause
that
we're in
and
the
you
fifth.
open it up, you're giving him a shot at 2.
right.
Yep.
So if you give him one, you take the hammer in the next end,
and you get your 2.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people get so focused on the steal.
right.
You don't always need to steal.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a force is good. Yeah.
We're going to move in the broom just about an inch or two. And again, it's going down that run where if you chunk it outside, you're not going to make the shot anyway. But the shot is away.
Okay.
Oh,
There
over
you go.
curling.
And it is.
Wow. So there's still an opportunity for a draw here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what we were discussing. I mean,
Yeah.
now the front is more open, and you
Yep.
even got your own backing.
Yep. You wouldn't want to move yours too much because the red is still, majority in the forefoot as well on the left-hand side there. But
Yeah, I mean, optimally, you're kind of trying to draw into the corner on
Yep.
yourself
Yep.
towards the button.
Last stone for Plainfield and last stone of this end.
Sweepers sweeping vigorously out of hand.
yep, and
Really-
that stone's diving.
Really trying to bring it
Really
in, but it looks
hard.
like it is.
Short?
It's just over
Looks like it's
curling.
just not going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Plainfield is going to take one here.
We also had some information about the shirts that some of the Potomac folks are wearing on the ice right now, the yellow shirts.
Oh, there's a
with
question from the chat.
Oh, what's that? Oh, you know what, Gabe? I don't know, actually.
That's an interesting one. So if you're under 21, but you start curling,
When you're 5.
I don't know. Are you like if you do that? Are you ever eligible for 5 and unders?
I don't know. Is it 5 and under as an adult?
I'm not really sure.
So we'll have to go to our historian.
We'll have to go to the
Talk to
bench
our
on
expert.
that
Local,
one.
Yeah. We'll have to call the booth for that one, yeah. Looks like that one did not make it over the hog line, so that is removed from play.
Rob says no.
No.
Oh, poor sad face, Gabe.
Never eligible. Ah, yeah.
You're still a very good curler, Gabe. We'll play with you any day.
Tim Leroy delivering for Potomac.
I mean,
Got a fair amount of weight. Looks like it's looks like they're obviously aiming for a corner guard or a center guard rather, but
I think this one's going to slip into the house.
I
The
think
question
you're
is,
right. I think
where
it's-
is it going to stop?
I think it's going to stop somewhere in the back 8 maybe, or maybe the back 12, or maybe
back
back out of the house.
Apparently so.
Okay.
I'll also say, Gabe whining about not being eligible in the 5 and under. I actually would rather play in European Championships instead of 5 and unders like he has. Like,
I know. Let's
feel-
see.
Perhaps they're not as much of drunken spectacles as the Dykes typically is, but
they're in Europe.
but they're in Europe, and you get
right.
blocks of cheese if you win. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you get a big wheel of cheese for
I
that?
definitely would love to play Le Gruyere.
no, but if you buy a raffle ticket, you could get the wall of beer back here.
Plainfield lead coming in. Looks like they're making a good center guard ahead of the 12 there.
So yeah, I guess I'll ask the panel here. What would you have bet? Like, what would you prefer? Like winning a wheel of cheese or a wall of beer? Which is a.
It depends on where the cheese comes from. That is critical.
Well, I don't eat cheese, so I'll take the beer. There you go.
Okay, well, there you go. If it's a wheel of Gruyere, that stuff is like worth its weight in gold, so I'll take the cheese.
All right, looks like we are, looks like we may make contact with this guard here.
Just didn't quite get by.
And it is not coming out of play, so that is still fair play. We'll keep both of those guards.
Now, if you were actually calling the tick, that's actually a good shot because Red has the hammer.
Yeah.
Score update, Bucks County got a point in the fourth end.
There you go, Bucks.
That was over on sheet A, except Ardsley responded right back. So now it is 11-1 over on sheet A.
Way to go, Bucks. That's fantastic.
So that's like that.
By the way, if you're on the Bonspiel circuit, recreational or otherwise, Bucks, new dedicated facility with a brand new warm room.
How about that? And I hear it's really nice up there at Bucks too.
It is on my to visit list now.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
By all means, check it out. Like, you can see the whole construction process.
Well, I'm originally from the Philadelphia area, so now I want to go and visit both, Philly and Paoli and Bucks.
Yeah, we can definitely vouch for Philly. Jeremy and I were just up there at the Cracked Bell at the beginning of January, and we love it. We played the Harvest, we played the Cracked Bell a few times.
Oh, cool.
And the club is just fantastic, so we were definitely looking forward to going to Bucks sometime.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Potomac's coming in for a takeout on this, and they'll have it.
That's a nice shot there.
That is really nice. Now they just got that, it's not quite a guard, of course, but
it's high and it's high. It's a good, that was a pretty decent call because it's high in the house, so you're not giving your opponents any chance to go hide under something.
But I mean, Plainfield's having none of it. They're gonna try to knock this out, and I think they're probably gonna be successful the way it's coming in. It's got a decent weight to it, and
now it starts to curl.
it's starting to curl. Well, you know what?
Halfway down the sheet,
Uh-oh,
and then it
wow.
really
hooked over. Really hooked over. The cheering or the groaning you heard was for sheet C. Just another, unfortunately, a missed takeout opportunity, but.
So Swiss Mindy, thank you for confirming that when Mark played in Sedrin, Switzerland, that he received a wheel of cheese a wheel of cheese was a prize, and then it was Gruyere. So that's probably one of my favorite cheeses in the world.
The shouting over about sheet C, Bucks County against Potomac on sheet C. They tried to draw through basically a one stone with port and just wrecked on the top guard. So Potomac stole one, and they are tied at 4.
This looked like trying to draw under the corner.
It does.
It has
they don't
room.
Need to sweep. It's a little heavy.
Oh, it's going to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you get another look at this for Plainfield. Same shot here.
And so, yes, Swiss Mindy, actually one of the countries that we could do for Embassy Row would be Switzerland. I don't know actually who we've got queued up for the next one.
Do you guys know who's next on the agenda for Embassy Row? So for those that are listening,
it was Cuba from the last time, right?
Right.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So for those listening, Embassy Row is Potomac's fall
First
open
Bonspiel.
fall Bonspiel. It's an open format.
And what is an open format? How is that different than a normal Bonspiel?
So the open format, there are different types. So you have men's Bonspiels, like
Yeah.
we're here today.
Yeah.
Only men can play. Women's format, so that's women's or ladies. Mixed, which are
Yeah,
men and
both,
women, an
right.
alternating format. And then open just means you can make up a team however you like.
Okay,
So
just
you can have
whoever-
all
whatever
men,
you
all
have.
women,
Okay.
mixed, and play in any order, or you can have like 1 man, 3 women, or vice
That's
versa
cool.
the other
Yeah.
way. So
Excellent.
yeah. It's really fun. It's the most versatile format.
Yeah.
Allows just really anybody to come and play and have a great time. Frank, thank you very much for the OMG Yes Switzerland from Allison. We appreciate that. All right. I don't know. Maybe we're going to hashtag Embassy Row Switzerland? I don't know.
Potomac Stone coming down. That looks like they may be trying for a.
I think they're trying
Kinda
to just
missed that.
draw
I think they're
under the
trying to-
corner.
Yeah. Maybe just get behind it, though. It looks like
Ooh,
it's,
I think they should be sweeping
oh
here.
boy, yeah, I think
Yep.
so too. Well, looks like they're gonna just sneak around it, maybe, partly at least.
Maybe a little bit open, but
Yeah.
the thing is it kind of sets up a jam potential, so it's kind of in a good spot.
It's probably about half buried at this point.
Yeah, it's the tempting shot of doom. Do I jam myself, over there in the corner?
Possibly, yes.
It's that you broom it just a little tight, perhaps, so even if you don't make it, you kind of get on the guard.
Super delayed.
You could switch to the webcam if you want.
You could see your.
Okay.
I don't think the audience wants to see,
You don't need to see the
the
fearless
booth.
announcers.
No, you guys were fine. You're all really good looking. I'll just stay off camera.
Interesting.
I would duck
So-
as well.
Ooh, that's a nice shot for yellow there. Like
Very
getting
nice.
the 2 shots to come on. That's definitely promoting the force.
Potomac deliberating on what they want to do here. Looks like they are maybe trying to come in around that yellow. Try to sit for 2 if possible.
Yeah, you definitely need to sit at the end of the shot, regardless of what you choose. You got to sit
Yeah.
1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a real easy way to do it. You either be really comfortable with your draw, try and draw it behind, perhaps split the house a little bit. Or you could try and take out that one on the rings. That's off to the side of the 12-foot.
Kind of wondering, like, sure, it's contrary to traditional strategy, I would say, but being that we've already discussed like different strategies for 5 and unders, and
Yeah.
what about taking that one out? You hit and stick, right? And then
Yep.
you're sitting 1-2. It's on the edge of the sheet,
It
and
would
what do
work.
they do? But then they probably come in, right?
Well, you got to ask too, like, what is your shooter like especially at this level? Like, what is
Yeah.
your shooter comfortable with?
Right.
exactly. And that's the critical piece, really.
But does look like they're trying for the draw around. We'll see what's happening here, but it's got a curl. They're sweeping it, trying to straighten it out,
yeah,
I guess.
think they really need to sweep it, because
They
I
really
think it's a
gotta-
little light.
They got to drag this over, and it's now coming up.
Oh, I think it's on the yellow.
So it's gonna rest on the yellow. It's a
Looks like there's some handshakes on sheet A.
Oh, wow.
I think
cheat A.
Ardsley continuing, and we have some handshakes.
that's
Ardsley
over,
coming out the victor.
it's over Bucks County. I think the Bucks County team name was something like "We'll let anyone beat us" or something like that.
Oh.
I think there was something about that.
Or is it like, maybe it could be just like in it for the beer?
No, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
That's what the draw said. It was something about letting us hold. That's having a lot of confidence in your team.
So curling, very much a game of etiquette. The winners always buy the first round for the losers.
Such a nice tradition. You know? I mean,
Well, that's got Scottish were quite intelligent, I think, when they set up the rules for this game.
Not exactly playing to lose, but you know, you do get that first round. And well, it looks like we have a takeout shot in the making
Curling
here.
pretty
They're
hard,
really
too.
coming in. It's
Wow.
and I think they're not
Ooh.
going to get
Just
it.
tipped
No, it just knocks that self out of play. Well,
Couldn't quite hold it there.
Nope. So now you have that same situation for Potomac, where you really want to be 1 and 2 here, especially with the 2 in the front.
but is that draw going to be a little bit harder now? Now that they're trying to draw around their own rock, or is it about the same level of difficulty?
You have more things in its way.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
staggered, so it's harder to take them
A
out.
little harder to gauge it. Yeah.
You do. I mean, I think there's some
I'm-
space between
I'm actually-
the red and yellow for
To
a
be
potential
super
10.
precise,
Yeah.
because that shot up there of reds is actually helping my opponent. If I were going for the optimal shot, I might try and actually downweight roll off of my own, move my own out, sit behind cover, and move my red one away, but still be 1 and 2.
Yeah, but maybe coming from the inside,
Wow,
in turn.
I like,
that's an interesting idea.
yeah, the optimal way to make the shot is actually the other turn
Yeah,
from what
yeah.
they're calling now.
But I think they're just actually calling the draw here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skip Stone, our first.
because then, again, a lot of the game of curling is what do you not want to leave your opponent?
Right.
Yes.
Right. How do you want it to look after it's
Do
done?
not want to leave them points. That's what I don't want to leave.
Well, it looks like it is coming around on the upturn draw. It's slowing down. They got to straighten it out.
Sweep, guys, hard.
Yeah,
Hard,
I think they
guys.
needed
Come
to
on,
start
come on,
sweeping
come
a
on,
little
come
sooner,
on.
but it is coming through. It obviously will not draw in behind, but a
That's
little
actually,
bit.
That's actually not a bad
No,
bad spot.
okay, yeah.
Because if Plainfield hits this here, they're not shot.
No,
Right.
which is why they're looking at the
Hit and roll.
across the face takeout.
Of the shot
other
stone.
one to
So
hit and
that
roll.
was the danger of not and why optimally playing the hit and rub off of your own on the previous shot.
Okay.
Now you left that for Plainfield to hit and roll into the button. So Kyle
Yeah.
Foster here trying to play the hit and roll to the top four.
Top 4, yeah. It's not going to roll very deep from the.
Yeah, especially not with
outer.
this handle. Yeah.
Here it is, coming in pretty heavy. It looks like they were trying for that takeout, and
A little bit
they
outside.
going to?
Oh, no.
Nope.
Yeah,
Miss.
again, this is what we were discussing in the previous end. Like
Yeah.
there is a little bit of a run
Yeah.
on that outturn coming back towards the glass. So
Just
if you're
runs real straight.
yeah, it runs super straight.
Yeah. Yeah, if you needed proof, there it was, right?
Yeah, exactly. Frank, I don't know what time the next draw is. Let me
I believe
take
it's
a
7.
look here. Is it 7?
It might be around 7.
Let me look.
I think there's a short scrape after this. So then no, maybe 7:30.
Yeah, you got to build enough time into the draw for your happy maintenance ice technicians. Not nearly as glamorous as the curling measuring device guy.
Curling measuring device guy. Now that is the job, right? Yeah. You get that job, you're doing all right in life.
So looks like Potomac is drawing in and will sit
Wow.
3.
That is a very nice shot there
Well,
for
that is-
Sean Phillips.
Yeah.
That is 3 for Potomac.
3 for Potomac.
So the question is here, like, so you're Plainfield. How do you respond?
Well, I would think. Let's see. So we have a score now for Plainfield of 4 to 6. And what end are we in?
Going to the 7th end.
Coming to the 7th end.
7th, yeah.
I get pretty aggressive.
And there's 14 minutes left,
Yeah,
so
I'm
they
thinking
have to
this
hustle a little bit to try and
may
get
be
an
the
8.
last end, so you got to think of that too.
Yeah.
So games here are timed. I guess they're using the same timing as Capital League here. Is it
Yep.
about 150 or something?
Yep,
An hour
I
and
think
50
so.
minutes. And so if they release the last stone of the 7th end, they'll play 8 as long as they finish. That
Basically,
stone.
finish this end.
Finish and play one more, I believe. Is
Right.
the rules
I suppose one possible strategy. I'm not saying this is the best one, but your playing field, you try to force them to 1, take the hammer into the 8th end, see what you can do. But then again, now you're down by 3. So.
Speaking of 3, Philly with 3 over on sheet D. So now they are ahead 6-5, playing in the 7th end.
So I did confirm via our website that the next draw is 7:30.
7:30. Okay.
That will give everybody an option to have dinner at 6 and have some steak and watch the scrape.
Watching the scrape, yes.
Can we set up a feed to watch the scrape?
Just leave the feed
Sure,
open.
we can do that. We can stream the scrape.
Stop it and then restart it, and then a feed of the scrape.
You're welcome, Frank.
Absolutely.
We appreciate our ice technicians.
We do. We do. They work hard.
The widest shot we've got.
And you know what else?
Little scraper.
And you know what?
We could put a GoPro on the scraper.
Oh.
And hey, not for nothing, but we all know it gets really cold really quick once everybody leaves the ice. And so you're out there scraping, and that's when it gets to be the coldest, I mean, come on,
A lot of times you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you're out there by yourself. The sun's going down. It's going to start getting chilly in there once everyone
You're
leaves.
going to hear the wind tonight because it's
Going to hear
ridiculous.
the wind. I mean, these scrapers, they have it tough.
Do I hear the background theme song, like the dirge for an ice technician?
Oh, yeah. Just pour one out for those guys,
Yeah.
But Tim Leroy on the rock for Potomac, delivering.
What looks to be the takeout here.
Going for it, yep. Coming in heavy. It
Oh,
looks.
no sweeping.
Oh,
No
it's
sweeping.
going
Stop
wide.
sweeping.
It's going wide. It's going out of play. Okay.
Little bit of extra oomph.
Better
to the
luck
right-hand
next time
side
there, Timmy.
Yeah.
And again, that this is the thing we were speaking to earlier for the 5 and unders is consistency. So you'll see a bit of that.
Yeah. And we are getting a little bit later in the game. The ice has obviously changed a little bit since it started. I'm still trying to figure out how to read ice myself. I barely
Actually,
understand it.
that's a really good point because you're late in the game, the ice conditions may have changed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially from the beginning, right? We're in the 7th end, so.
Right.
We don't have any of our stats up right now in terms of temperature, so I couldn't tell you what the ice temperature
Oh yeah,
is.
it's being our ice stats, our online monitoring is being taken over by announcements for the festivities of this evening.
I thought it was actually quite interesting. So we have a new thing that you can do is rent a rock. So it's $3 per message.
And you can put a slogan on any rock you wish.
And you can put a slogan on a rock during the spiel. So if you want to, kind of have fun with your opponents or the next
draw, or even your own team.
Right.
I've seen things like hold my beer, on the rock, give him hell, Harry, things like that.
I like it. Ultimately, as competitive or social as curling is, it should always be fun.
It really, that's one of the great things about the sport,
That was a very nice shot for Red there. Tucked under.
Yep, tucked under, sitting comfortably in the forefoot.
Yeah, just top of the tee line too. So, and they've got backing behind them.
The timing makes it kind of interesting, especially at this point where you're like, well, we could get a play for 7. It just puts a lot of things in your head about how to play the end.
Yeah, I try.
Plainfield's really sweeping this rock. Looks like they're trying to get it past that guard. Will it get past? It does not look like it, no.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if I'm playing field, I really need I need to score 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And make sure I get to play my 8th end.
Right, if you have any chance of taking this one.
Yeah, and when you start playing a lot of draws, then the ends go a little bit slower, so it could be tight.
So, yeah, that's the other thing we should mention, the versus time games and what you saw in the Olympics was thinking time.
Right.
Right.
So a little bit different.
Here we're not timing it for sake of thinking. We're timing it in terms of keeping the Bonspiel on schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah, just trying to make sure the games end at a certain point so we can get the ice ready for the next draw.
Yeah, it's in the absence of the thinking time, it's kind of the next best thing. Sometimes if you are playing a team that is thinking a lot or discussing a lot, it can be a little bit detrimental because you all are charged with working within that same time frame. So the slower team or the faster team might get penalized a little bit. But at this level of play, for the most part, people are playing kind of at the same speed.
Yeah,
so
5 and under.
it's not as big a deal, I think.
Ooh, this like super over curling
Oh,
out,
that's
out of hand.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's really
Do you
gone
think-
off the rail. There you go.
Do you think that picked?
I couldn't see it because he
was
was there in the
crazy.
path.
It just did not look.
It didn't look right.
You're right, exactly.
Whatever happened.
It definitely didn't look right. I can't say if it picked or
Could have
not,
been a
but
sidearm throw. but-
right. But it sure went. It sure hook left. That's for
Yeah. You shanked it.
sure. Something happened. Maybe it was a pick. I don't know.
Another Scottish sport. It's a slice.
Oh,
A slice.
sorry.
There you go.
I don't play golf, clearly. I just go to the driving range. It's nice and buzzy in the warm room. There's lots of people.
Yeah, actually, the
watching games.
warm room is
Pretty full.
it's filling up
very
rapidly from when we started announcing this game.
Oh yeah, people. We had a good crowd earlier. It kind of thinned out a little bit. I think maybe everyone went off to maybe freshen up for the evening, and now they're back. And we've got a crowded house here at Potomac Curling Club.
I think everybody wants their steak.
I think everyone's just ready for dinner, and yeah,
Steak and bacon.
ready for dinner
Bacon
as
wrapped filet. Oh,
as
that's-
Potomac puts up a center guard. And then, of course, after dinner, the 7:30 draw. And then there's a 10:30 draw, right?
Yes, that is the final draw of the evening.
Oh
think that's
boy,
the
oh
final
boy,
draw.
oh boy. Oh my goodness.
The boat races are at 10, I think.
Yeah.
All right, well, and what are the boat races?
I'll let Jeremy
You want to
explain.
explain that to us?
It is if you are a male curler and this is your first Dykes,
Yeah.
it is an obligation. It is a rite of
Has
passage.
to play. And that's all we'll say, because if you're here, then you get to watch them. But it's a very hush-hush.
Are you gonna- are you
The
gonna
prize is worth the price of entry.
Are we going to stream that one?
I don't know.
We should.
actually.
That's a good question.
Might as well.
I'm not sure, like, if you could actually do that based on, traditions. Of
Or is it like
the
Fight
Dykes
Club?
bonds?
You know, like
Oh,
the first rule
okay.
of like
I
Fight Club is
know.
you don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that.
I
Okay.
think
It's
so.
between that and the fact that it's not entirely family friendly.
Oh.
I don't really want, I mean, it's
Okay. Okay, I didn't know that.
some
As the only female on
And
this
it's very
broadcast, like, I wouldn't know. So I really have nothing to
I mean, we
add
could
here.
talk about the boat races. The deal with the boat races, and if you ever try to do this, is you take a matchbook and you turn it into little sails. So you sort of open up the flap of the matchbook, and then you pull one match up and you light it, and you put it on top of a pan, and you try and blow it across the pan, and whoever gets there first wins the boat race. We have the trophy here. If you ever go down to Potomac Curling Club, we are perennial winners. We have one of the strongest boat racing teams in the GNCC.
Now, how is that not family friendly?
Well,
I mean, what, are they doing it naked or something like that? What's going on?
This is an all men's Bonspiel.
Oh, never
this
mind.
is also happening after some, let's just say, sudsy
Imbibing,
beverages
some imbibing.
So we got a bunch of drunk guys on the ice, and the cussing goes off the rails. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Right. So, again, we try and keep it very family friendly here on the web stream.
Sorry, Heather, yes. It's not really casual hazing. It's just, I guess, a rite of passage for the men who play in the Dykes Bonspiel. Ed, I like your description. Like, it's a great but silly contest of skill, yeah.
Casual hazing.
Voluntary?
If the word, like, hazing and curling could ever be in
Yeah,
the same sentence,
yeah.
I mean, it's...
This is not a frat, we're joining here, right?
not.
This is just.
I think lots of Bonspiels have traditions. Like, for instance, the PCC Stone up at Plainfield, which is the men's there, has their own interesting traditions.
Oh, we've got some curlers up there this weekend.
Yeah, that's enough. So if you are also not tuned into the Dykes, there is actually other Bonspiel action going on in the GCC.
Do you know if they're streaming that?
That's a good question.
I should have asked.
So
So we have George.
Plainfield is hosting the PCC Stone this weekend, which is a men's Bonspiel.
Oh, wow. And they've got their own folks down here. So
They do. Yeah.
at Plainfield, I've never been there, but earlier in the broadcast we had my friend Rob Steger from Plainfield.
Yeah, member of there.
Yeah, we've been friends since high school, and which was not that long ago. No, all right, maybe it was a long time ago. Point being is that he's from Plainfield, and I'm from here. Anyway, Plainfield's a smaller club. They have 2 sheets of ice, and they are full. They are completely full. They cannot accept new members.
Oh,
Actually, so
by the way,
Rob
I'm going
says
to
that
interject here.
there-
Clearly, we cannot monetize this video because of the content. For those who wish to monetize videos on YouTube.
What? What do you mean? Who suggested
What do you
monetizing?
mean?
No, like there's this whole thing about like on monetizing videos on YouTube, you can make money and then you sell advertisements. But if you do certain things, your video is automatically demonetized.
Oh, YouTube.
Correct.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Probably some of the discussion.
Our discussion is clearly non-monetizable.
But I would like to
Our
make a
discussion's
note
fine.
that
We're
Rob
being-
Young just said that they're on their YouTube channel. So for the Stone.
Oh,
I guess,
cool.
Right?
Excellent. Yeah, so they got awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Rob, we'll have to tune in.
Rob,
later
can you
on.
post a
So-
link for those who are curious?
I don't think they let you post
Well,
links.
you
Well, I
check-
couldn't post a web link, but
Yeah.
you might be able to post a YouTube link.
Yeah, I
I
think you
wonder,
can
yeah.
do that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. If not, I imagine just search on YouTube for Plainfield Curling and,
I don't know. Do they have those scores on Curling Zone? I'll have to find out how George and Chris are doing.
Yeah, so Potomac has sent some players up to the PCC Stone.
So-
A good event.
By the way, there's a game here on Sheet B. I'm sorry, guys. We got a little
Less-
carried away.
Again, another reason we can't monetize this stream.
Anyway, looks like Potomac has thrown their first skipstone, and where are we now?
Well, at the moment, we're still sitting. It looks like Plainfield is 1 for sure. The second one is a little close to
Yeah, I think
call.
that's worth a measure. If I'm the vice in the house at the end of the end, I'm gonna call for a measure.
Oh, heck yeah. Sadly, I can't just call for the measure and the guy comes over. We actually, in this format, have to measure
Here we
Have to
are
measure
again,
ourselves, we gotta do
curling
it.
measuring device guy.
You
There
can be
should-
your own curling measuring device guy.
There should
That's
always
so
be
cool.
one. I just always love to call for the
Anyway,
measure.
Potomac getting ready to deliver their final stone.
Yes. Looks like Phillips is trying to gently take out through that port.
Okay, here it comes. It's coming. A little hard.
Looks a bit
It's
wide.
maybe
and
like
heavy.
control weight.
Is it going to get through? It looks like it's going to get
It
through.
will. Oh gosh, it's curling
It's
hard.
going through, and.
Oh,
That is a
Oh my
beautiful
goodness.
shot.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
That's a great shot.
Oh.
Gentlemen, a quick reminder, we will be starting dinner in about 5 minutes.
So now, even with
We're
Hammer,
having a
A dinner announcement in the background.
dinner announcement in the background.
There's a
With the 7:30 draw, go first.
very well thrown rock here, and it looks like Plainfield is actually going to be playing with
Plain-
their
Please let the 7:30 draw
hammer. It looks like they're going to try and actually bump up one of those on the right side as we're looking at it. So with this, they're going to get their 8th end in no matter what. There's 30 seconds left on the timer, so they'll
Ooh,
play
it
8,
looks looking for the draw through the port.
or are they going around it?
Can he
Oh,
get it?
it's
Can he
diving.
get it? It's curl.
It
It's
might get
diving.
through.
Sweep
It's gonna
hard,
get
guys.
through. Yep, it's going to get past that guard.
And that just came
Oh,
up short.
Oh.
So now the decision, is it 1 or 2?
Will we get curling measuring device guy?
They're
Oh my
looking at it.
They're checking. They're thinking about it.
So they do get to play all of their ends,
Yeah,
which is good for Plainfield.
it's definitely great.
Oh,
Great
fantastic.
development.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, they just have
And
And they are going over to pick up the
Curling
measuring
device
We
guy.
are going
to.
to
So
use
it
the
looks
measuring
like
device.
Jonathan Smith is actually grabbing that right now.
Yep, we are bringing the measuring device over. Can we zoom that camera down? Can we get a good look at
Can
that?
we get a wide? Can we get an end view, a wide angle? Like
oh,
I-
like one of the.
We
Yeah,
can we can see some measuring measuring
just to
action.
show in the abstract what's going on. That well, we unfortunately we don't think we can zoom in like they do on the Olympics
Sadly,
and really
we
show
don't
you that
have that,
gauge.
yeah.
Yeah,
but,
this is the best angle we have right
But
now.
let's see what happens.
The pressure gauge is
yeah,
Kevin
we
Martin
can't
was
quite see
calling
that,
it.
but-
I was not thrilled about that.
Yeah.
It's a caliper. It's just a measurement.
It's,
Right.
it's you're measuring horizontal distance, caliper.
Oh, can we bet? Ed, sure, you can bet. What do you think it is? it's
I
red.
think it's red.
Oh.
No, it is yellow. Or no, wait.
Wait.
I am unclear because they just
Two.
squish the stones around.
Okay, we're getting a call for 2.
So they just, no, what?
Was that Plainfields?
I don't know.
Who had shot? Who had shot?
Yellow.
Yellow had shot. I think it's
No,
2
we
for
had
Plainfield. They're
They're just
signaling
Well,
back.
no, because red was in there.
Red was in the 4 foot.
Yeah.
And the measure was to see whether red was taking 2 or whether it was only
let's
1.
take a
So
look.
it's a
We're updating the
steal
score.
of 2.
It's a steal of 2
Yeah.
for steal of 2 for Potomac.
Ooh, Plainfield has their work cut out for them in this
Okay.
end.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yes, a lot of hot measuring action happening.
What?
From our viewers.
Hot measuring.
Meanwhile, an update on C, by the way. Bucks County took 3 in the 7th.
boy,
They're
it
playing
is.
out the 8th end now.
It is
that's
7 to
okay.
4.
Let's
see.
And sheet D is currently sitting at 6 to
Actually, it's 7
7?
now.
It's 7.
7-5.
7.
Seven,
Oh,
yeah,
an update. 7, yes.
So 7-5 as they're playing their 8th end. Philly 7 over Albany's 5 at the moment.
Good play by Potomac, drawing into the house, up many, going into the last end.
Looks like Plainfield
Up
is
4.
attempting a takeout here.
Yep. I like that call. So many would just call the throw through. I feel like, why don't you just make them hit something? Just put it in.
Well, does not look like we're going to get the takeout.
I mean-
Well, they're trying to guard. They need to try and set up something for
Yeah.
Plainfield. But that looks like
Ooh,
it's-
is it in?
That
That
is-
is the real question.
That is not.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's off the house.
still
That
guard.
is a tight guard.
Kudos to the lead. Underrated position, critical.
It is, but
Just
critical.
to show you there, it does not look like Plainfield is in fact fighting.
No, that's outside the ring.
Okay.
Very much so.
Sorry, I missed you up there.
Oh,
Well, it's coming in with some weight from Potomac. Looks like they are going to take this one
I
out.
do feel we'll see that being replaced.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like it.
Yep. That is coming back, and Plainfield's Rock is coming out of play.
they're trying to
So
take their own
for those of you who
What are
are
they trying
new
to
to
do?
curling, there's this concept called the free guard zone. So
And we have sorry to interrupt you. We have handshakes on sheet C. So the
Bucks County 4 was victorious over Potomac 1. They ran them out of rocks over on sheet C.
congratulations, Bucks. Anyway, sorry. Back to the
the free guard zone.
description of free guard zone. Yeah.
So what you just saw there was the fact that the first 4 shots, if you're in front of the house and outside, those shots cannot be removed until the second throws his first rock.
So when that rock hit, it was an accidental. Obviously, it wasn't intentional.
It wasn't
so-
intentional,
Right.
yeah. So when they hit it out, that means it has to be replaced or and put back.
Now it looks like Plainfield's rock is going to make it through the house. Yes, it has just come through and is out of play. Probably not the. Obviously, I don't think Plainfield are trying to keep the house open. Looks like they were probably hoping to draw in perhaps behind it or.
Yeah, they need
that
to,
was a
like,
bit of a
get-
mistake. They were trying
Right,
to
they're
draw
trying to set the
behind.
table
Yeah.
and try to. But Potomac are now calling for a removal of the Plainfield rock.
Yeah. See now that the second Stu is the second for Potomac here.
Yeah.
You're free to hit anything you want. And so clearly he wants to get rid of all the things in the house.
Yeah, just
Okay,
Including
that
their
is
own,
Double
which is
take.
okay.
that is a removal. Playing field is still in play, of course, not counting for score, but it is still in play. Nevertheless, that rock has been removed, and now they have a pretty wide open shot to come through. Playing field looks like they're trying to. Well, it looks like they're trying to do an in-turn draw. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're hard pressed here if you're playing field because you are trying to put as many in and into the house in difficult positions as you can.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hide behind their own outside rock there, but
This really needs to hang on in the back.
yeah.
It
And
just does. Just a little bitey.
I suspect that is not going to be shot rock. I suspect that
Yeah, it's sitting around for a
Potomac's is-
second, and that's okay right now. You're just
Right.
trying to set up the end.
The only good thing for Plainfield is it's in a very annoying position to try and take out, especially with that angle.
So
Like
Linda
Stewart could do it.
Kirkman actually was just giving me some information on the Potomac team.
Yeah.
And they weren't originally going to play in the Dykes, but she was able to put them together as a team
Oh, cool.
to play together. And they wwere real excited when they won last night. And then, of course, here they are doing a pretty good job today.
Potomac hits and rolls
Wow.
and arrives behind their own guard. A very nice draw.
Intriguing.
It was a great
Very
shot.
nice hit and roll. The applause you heard earlier was, of course, for the Sheet C, the Bucks and Potomac 1 team coming in.
So
Two games remain.
if you're playing field here, do you try and hit and roll away?
So at this point, I mean, if you're Potomac, you're just going to kind of hit anything that's in the house, right? So you've got to be able to protect the rocks that you have in the house. And so
I'm not sure that playing all right down to myself in the middle results in me getting lots of points.
no, I would agree.
Unfortunately, it looks like Plainfield may have actually improved Potomac's position here, further burying the Potomac shot rock behind its own guard.
And Potomac's on the back of the tee, which generally is not a good place to be, but they're up by 4, so it's kind of a tough spot for Plainfield.
And if I'm Potomac, I try and take both of them out right now.
Yeah, you're hitting something yellow here if you're Potomac.
Coming in with a lot of weight. Definitely going for a takeout shot here. And it looks like they may
Sweeper's lightly cleaning.
have it.
Yeah.
And will Potomac's rock stay in play? No, it does not look like it, but that's okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they like to clear stuff from the back of the
Yeah,
house because that's
Sure.
what hurts them here.
You're up 4. The
Yep.
dwindling yellow number of rocks to be thrown is
Yeah.
good for you if you're Potomac.
Right, it's real close. I mean,
Actually,
Plainfield's got 4 more rocks to throw.
yeah. This one looks like it's coming up a little bit light.
Oh, no.
Gosh. It's, oh no.
I think it
That
reversed.
pitch.
It
Yeah.
reversed.
Oh dear, yeah. Okay, well,
It always happens on the worst rocks, like critical shots, and then you have a pick. It's terrible.
It's like Murphy's Law
Yeah.
of curling.
yeah.
disheartening.
Well, Plainfield still has 3 more to come, and they have one counting. So
It's going to be a little difficult now, though.
I learn something new every day. We're broadcasting in 720p.
Oh, well,
Oh.
okay.
All right. One day we'll go to 1080.
Still high definition.
So yeah, legally. Yeah.
For most
Legally.
phones and devices.
Well, I think this
Uh-oh.
is going to be. Oh no, that's a
Ooh,
miss.
Plainfield
miss.
gets a reprieve.
Plainfield gets gets yet another shot. If that taken that out, that really would have been game, right?
Yeah,
you-
pretty
like,
much.
that's another thing about
Mathematically, yeah.
about curling. Much a game about etiquette.
Yes.
So, if you are mathematically eliminated, it is your responsibility to basically concede.
Concede the game and shake and have a beer.
Yeah, the best part is you get to have a beer.
You get to have
Right.
a beer, and it's on them.
And our bartenders are working really hard today.
We have some wonderful volunteers.
We were volunteering earlier.
I'm a little bit biased because one of them happens to be my lovely wife.
All right.
She was doing a great job, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Big shout out to Jerry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Plainfield picks up a counting rock.
Two best jobs at a Bonspiel: volunteering at the bar, volunteering in the webcast.
I think this is so much fun. I mean, I get to learn so
I
much
love
talking
it.
to you guys because you know so much about this game and I really don't. And
So how long have you been curling, actually?
well, my wife Jerry and I joined in October.
All
Yeah,
right.
okay,
Oh,
that's
cool.
right.
Like,
In
welcome.
October. Yeah, thank you.
She
Thank
did
you.
say that. And you're not in leagues yet.
We're
but
not in
you're
leagues.
thinking about it.
We'd like to play in leagues.
Yeah.
We deliberately did not sign up as full members at Potomac because we thought we weren't good enough to play in leagues, and we thought, well, let's sign up with
You're
day
right.
curlers, and we didn't know.
I think you'd fit in okay in men's league, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. but we definitely like to come in as full members.
Oh,
and-
for
and
sure.
next season and play in leagues.
Well, thank you so much for volunteering.
Oh, it's our
I mean-
pleasure. We're just having a wonderful time. It's been such a great club to join and wonderful people. And why would we not want to volunteer for stuff?
Oh,
you know?
by the way, for those who are listening, there is actually open curling on most Saturday mornings, the
Yes.
Breakfast League.
Yes.
For more details, curldc.org.
Here is Potomac's penultimate rock.
All right.
They are now sitting 3.
And
that is game.
That is the
That's gonna be game.
mathematical elimination.
That is mathematical elimination.
So that'll be a final.
great effort by Plainfield. Really,
Speaking of a
really
final,
hung in there. And we also now have handshakes and sweeping up the ice on sheet D. So we have a final score of 7-4.
No, that's
I'm
not.
sorry.
No, that's not the final score. Sheet over on sheet D. I was watching the last shot. Albany had their hammer. Philly was not able. They had 3 rocks in the house. Philly with their last shot was not able to take out basically any of them and left them an open draw for 3 for the win. And Albany got that. They did a little rub off one in the 4-foot. So Albany takes 3 in the 8th to win over there on sheet D over Philly. So congratulations to the
10-5
Albany team.
there?
8-7 would be the final over on sheet
Oh,
D.
okay.
And
They just removed the scores, but now if they concede, do we still increment the score?
You literally, like, it's like bowling. You hang a blank frame.
Yeah, blank frame, right? Okay.
it never happened.
So final score is 8-4, Potomac 8 over Plainfield 2.
All right. And great job by
Great.
everybody else on sheet. The Ardsley team, of course, wiping up with Bucks County, and then Bucks County winning over on sheet C against Potomac.
Oh.
And I think that brings our broadcast to an end.
Yeah, we'd
It
like to
does.
thank all of our viewers for bearing
Yeah.
with us.
Thanks so much, everybody.
And
for
chatting and being,
for joining
being
us and
really
being a
active.
part of this experience. We're sorry you can't be here in person, but it's great having you here online.
And if you can be here in person tomorrow or Sunday, do it. Just come out and see and volunteer if you can. We can't do it without you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks so much
guys.
for
Thank you, man.
webcasting, and good night and good curling, everyone.